Good morning, YouTube. It's Dirk here at GC Blues 45. I am sorry I'm late with this video. I've been working on the sheet. What I did was I cut part of it, wrote it, and then I continued it on the other side. Basically, it's a new sheet. I took the old sheet, cut it in half, and then wrote it again. So I got it fixed. I put the game on there that I forgot. So we're ready to do this post-game report of the NHL report. So once again, remember, if you happen to come across this video and happen to like it, give me that thumbs up doodle. It's very important. It helps promote the channel good. Also, for you people who come across my videos and you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe icon and you can be notified every time I upload a new video, or you can even customize it to where um, I upload a video. You'll be notified every time I upload a new video. You can even, like I said, customize it to where I only upload a NHL report, or my personal vlog, or you know. Hope you guys like this one. This one's my Carolina Hurricanes jersey that I got. So wear it tonight for this video. Also, folks, I do also want to welcome my new subscribers. Uh, Thank you for tuning in. Um, Hopefully you guys like this video. Now, in the post-game report, this time around, I give you the records again, remind you who I picked, and then give you the final score, and we'll go along, okay? So here we go. Starting off with Buffalo and New Jersey. Entering the matchup, Buffalo was 40, 32, and 7 and 87 points. New Jersey 50, 52 and 8 and 108 points. At the end of 60 minutes, the New Jersey Devils beat the Buffalo Sabres by a score of 6-2. Shots on goal were 30 for the Devils, the Sabres 38. Devils had 36 saves with the Sabres 24. Both teams were 0 for 2 on the power play. Also, this eliminates the Sabres out of playoff contention. They are out. They are 100% out now. So, New Jersey also tied a record tonight for most wins in a season for their franchise. So, way to go, New Jersey. But, folks, still a few days left to go. Don't know who they're going to take on in the first round, but you never know. Let's get into the next game. The Columbus Blue Jackets at the Philadelphia Flyers. Entering the matchup, Columbus was 24, 47, and 8 and 56 points. Philadelphia 29, 38, 13, and 71 points. This game had to go in an extra period. And Philadelphia wins by a score of 4-3. Shots on goal were 39 for the Flyers, the Blue Jackets 31. Flyers had 28 saves with the Blue Jackets 35. Both teams were 1 for 3 on the power play. Despite picking up a point, Columbus, is out. But Philadelphia, their 73-point, they're also out. But hey, they fought hard, and they're playing for their spots for next year. Next, Detroit at Carolina. Oh, by the way, I'm 2 for 2. 2 for 2. Sorry for the light being a little nuisance, but I gotta see, so. I know it kind of shines a little bit. Alright, there we go. By the way, my mom got this for me when she was working at the hospital. It was an old lamp used at a doctor's office, and they were getting rid of them, and she was happened to get one of them and gave it to me. I use it ever since, and it works pretty good. Okay, where am I? Okay. Detroit, Carolina. Entered the match at Detroit was 35, 35, and 10, and 80 points. Carolina was 50, 21, and 9, and 109 points. Excuse me. Sorry about that, people. Look at me on Skype. See, as you see, now the light's pretty bright, so now I'm just going to switch it over. Alright. This game, at the end of 60 minutes, the Carolina Hurricanes beat the... Yeah, that's right. The Hurricanes beat the Canes. The Hurricanes beat the Red Wings by a score of 4-1. Shots on goal were 28 for the Canes, Red Wings 21. The Canes had 20 saves with Detroit 24. Carolina was 1-1 on power play with Detroit 0-2. Well, Carolina is working hard. They are on their way to the number 2 seed, but it's still playing hockey left, so we'll wait and see what happens. Sorry about that. I got people chatting with me on Skype. Next, Toronto at Tampa. I'm 3 for 3, by the way. Tampa taking on Toronto. Entering the match at Toronto was 48, 21, 11, and 107 points. Tampa 45, 29, 6, and 96 points. These two teams will take on each other in the first round. So this was pretty much a playoff preview. At the end of 60 minutes, Toronto beats the Lightning by a score of 4-3. Shots on goal were the Maple Leafs 24, the Lightning 48. Toronto had 45 saves with the Lightning 20. Toronto was 2 for 6 on the power play with Tampa 0 for 8. So congratulations to for Toronto picking up their 107th point of the year, and I think it's going to be a good series. By the way, before the playoffs even start, I'm going to do my playoff matchups to let you guys know who I think will win the series. I'll do, actually, I'll show you it. I got this old 10. This is some cards I bought in this 10. But in here, I'll put 4 of each team representing the number of games you got to win. And I'll do up to 7 picks of this. And that's who I'll pick. It's not totally done yet. It'll be done by the time the playoffs start, or before the playoffs start, of course. And then I'll give you my predictions of each series. Nice. And also I'll use this for the draft lottery. By the way, if your local card shop has those, you can buy them for this year and next year. So it's kind of good. And yet, by the way, I had pulled out jerseys of those before. Jersey cards out those. But let's get back into NHL Report. Next was Washington at Boston entering this matchup. Washington was 35, 36, and 9, and 79 points. Boston 63, 12, and 5, and 131 points. Tonight was the night that Boston can break the points record. They got the regular season record. Can they break the points record? Well, at the end of 16 minutes, Boston did it. They beat the Washington Capitals by a score of 5-2. Shots on goal were 44 for the Bruins, 27 for the Capitals. Bruins had 25 saves with the Caps 39. Boston was 2 for 2 on the power play with Washington 1 for 2 on the power play. Well, Boston did 133 points. That now is the points record. Their 64th win. They expand the record. They keep winning, and folks, you never know what could happen. And folks, they're saying Toronto. I mean, no, sorry, Boston are the Cup favorites this year. So we'll wait and see. You never know. Um, Anything's possible. Next is Chicago at Pittsburgh. Entering the matchup, Chicago was 25, 49, and 6, and 56 points. Pittsburgh was 40, 30, and 10, and 90 points. And at the end of 60 minutes, the Blackhawks beat the Penguins by the score of 5-2. Shots on goal were 27 for the Blackhawks, the Penguins 49. The Blackhawks had 38 saves with the Pens 22. Chicago was 0 for 2 on the power play with Pittsburgh 1 for 5 on the power play. Pittsburgh is still in a playoff hunt, so you never know. We got 2 days left, folks, so anything can happen. Next was Winnipeg at Minnesota. By the way, with Boston's win, gets me my 4th, and this gets me my second loss. So Winnipeg and Minnesota, did I get another win? Let's find out. Winnipeg and Minnesota. Entering this matchup, Winnipeg was 45, 32, and 3, and 93 points. Minnesota was 46, 24, and 10, and 102 points. And at the end of 60 minutes, the Winnipeg Jets beat the Minnesota Wild by a score of 3-1. Shots on goal were the Jets 20, the Wild 34. The Jets had 33 saves with the Wild 17 saves. And the power play, Winnipeg 0 for 3 with Minnesota 1 for 5. Also with this win, the final playoff spot in the West has been clinched. But now here's the thing. We do not know the official matchups yet. We know pretty much going into this series where the playoff, who will take on who right now if it ended today. But the pairings are not set in stone. So we have to wait and see in the final 2 days who takes on who. So right now, the West is done. We now got to hope for the West, the East. But let's get back into our coverage. Next was Edmonton at Colorado. Entering this matchup, Edmonton was 48, 23, 9, and 105 points. Colorado 49, 24, and 6, and 104 points. This game had to go in an extra period, and the final score was 2-1 Edmonton. Shots on goal were the Oilers 40, the Avalanche 29. Edmonton had 28 saves with the Avs 38 saves. Edmonton was 1 for 4 on the power play with Colorado 0 for 3 on the power play. 107th point for the Oilers as they're trying to get the 3rd seed or the number 2 seed in the West. It's going to be tight, folks, so never know. Also, Seattle went to Vegas entering this matchup. Seattle was 46, 26, and 8, and 100 points. Vegas was 49, 22, and 9, and 107 points. And at the end of 60 minutes, the Seattle Kraken lose to the Vegas Golden Knights by a score of 4-1. Shots on goal were 37 for the Knights, 21 for the Kraken. The saves were 20 for the Knights, 33 for the Kraken. Vegas was 1 for 3 on the power play with Seattle 0 for 2 on the power play. So, very good going by the Golden Knights. And they'll probably will take on Seattle in the first round. But right now, once again, it's not set in stone. We'll wait and see what happens. And finally, Vancouver at Anaheim. Going into the matchup, Vancouver was 36, 37, and 7, and 79 points. Anaheim 23, 45, and 12, and 58 points. And at the end of 60 minutes, the Vancouver Canucks beat the Anaheim Ducks by a score of 3-2. Shots on goal were the Canucks 36, Anaheim 35. Saves were both teams had 33 saves, and Vancouver was 2 for 4 on the power play, with Anaheim 1 for 5 on the power play. So Vancouver picks up their 81st point, with Anaheim at 58 still. So it's pretty good for them as we wrap up the regular season. But folks, you never know what can happen. Now, folks, tomorrow we got 3 games on the dock, and I'll be on later today to give you the that. But let's count the wins, shall we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wins tonight. No OTLs tonight. And 1, 2, 3. 7, 3, and 0 tonight, folks. That is very good. Add that to my record, which was see here, let's double check that. My previous record, which was 5, 3, and 2. So I'm 12, 6, and 2 in the last 2 days. That ain't bad going into the final week of the season. And folks, as always, I love you guys. Please stay safe. Remember the Lord's watching it, and I'll talk to you guys later on. Or I'll be on later today for today's pregame report. Till then, as always, peace.